Here's more wrestling news for March 25th, 2022. And your headlines for this afternoon include Tony Khan takes a major dig at WWE, says nobody does pay-per-views better than him. Pete Dunne shares honest feelings about his name change on Smackdown. Former WWE tag team to reunite after 3 years to wrestle the Hardy Boyz in first time ever match. Drew McIntyre says Happy Corbin match is as big as challenging for the WWE Championship. Gable Steveson says his WWE career will start when WrestleMania hits. Gable Steveson addresses issues with keeping his real name in WWE. Paige VanZant set to make Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship return. Sting locks down Trademarks for his face paint design. Paul Wight wants to wrestle in his hometown on next week's AEW Dynamite, and more. We are kicking off today with Tony Khan, who is both the president of AEW and new owner of Ring of Honor. In just a few short years, Khan has become a major force in the pro wrestling industry, with several pay-per-view events already to his name. Next week, ROH will have their Supercard of Honor event, the first show under Khan, and TK is promising a huge event, just like he's provided with AEW. On Busted Open Radio, Khan bragged about his pay-per-view events, saying, "I only know one way to do pay-per-view. It's going 100% and doing the very best you can, so I promise to make that pay-per-view great. People control and say what they want, but the people that have actually ordered the pay-per-views know nobody does pay-per-view better at this point. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact." Khan added that despite the show having been announced long before he took control of ROH, he thought it was right to keep the show on schedule after his purchase, saying that fans had already paid for the event. We'll have to see whether Ring of Honor's first show back after their hiatus will be a successful one or not under Tony Khan's leadership, but the AEW president isn't lacking in confidence. Now, the March 11th edition of Smackdown is an event that'll go down in history as the night Big E suffered a broken neck, but it was also the night Pete Dunne was called up to the main roster. As if debuting the night of a huge injury wasn't bad enough, Dunne was also rechristened Butch, a name change that, like countless others, hasn't gone down well with fans. Fans have been calling the former United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne for years now, and that's why the name change works. As Butch told Mark Andrews on the latter's podcast, "It's just different, but I think it's time to change it up a little bit. Like I said, 5 years, fresh start, why not try something a little new? If I can endear the crowd with the quality of my in-ring work, that's what I'm looking to continue to do." Whatever Butch does next, we're sure he'll excel in the ring, but time will tell whether fans can look past his name change and see the massively talented former United Kingdom champion. Throughout their WWE run, the team of Enzo Amore and Big Cass were one of the company's most popular teams before their random split in mid-2017. Now the two are set to team together for the first time in years, as this Sunday, they'll be competing for Northeast Wrestling against none other than the Hardys. Despite being two of WWE's most popular teams at the time, Enzo and Cass never faced Matt and Jeff in a straight-up tag team match in WWE, making this a rare first-time ever collision for the two popular tag teams. At WrestleMania 38, Drew McIntyre will face Happy Corbin in a singles match that many fans have considered a downgrade for the Scottish Warrior. After 2 straight years of WWE title matches, facing Corbin with no stakes is hardly the same level of match we've seen for Drew, but that's not how the two-time former world champion sees it. On the bump, McIntyre discussed his upcoming match and said that this is just as big as competing for a world championship. He explained, "I defeated Brock for the WWE Championship, and I fought for the WWE Championship against Lashley last year, then this year it's Corbin. A lot of people might think that these are not like the other, but at the same time, this one is as big as the others. I could have taken him out any time over the past few weeks, but I want to wait for WrestleMania 38, the biggest stage of them all." McIntyre is the heavy favorite to defeat Corbin next weekend, and with WWE short of credible contenders, don't be surprised if the Scottish superstar returns to the world title picture sooner rather than later. Last weekend, Gable Steveson captured his second straight NCAA championship and declared that his amateur wrestling career has come to an end. Now, the Olympic gold medalist is looking to start a new chapter of his life as a WWE superstar, and there's been questions as to when exactly he'll debut. Speaking with the MMA Hour, Steveson discussed his WWE plans and said he's been speaking with 3 very notable names: Paul Heyman, Triple H, and WWE President Nick Khan. These are 3 very big names for Steveson to have on his side, and he also spoke about his WWE career, saying it'll start either at or shortly after WrestleMania 38. This certainly implies that Steveson's main roster debut is coming very soon, as he's so far only made guest appearances either in the ring or in the crowd. Gable won't be following his brother Bobby to NXT, but will jump straight to the main roster, and his time on the Raw brand may be mere days away from getting started. While WWE will often change a wrestler's name, Steveson is already a huge name due to his amateur wrestling success, and the Olympic gold medalist told the MMA Hour that he will compete under his real name. WWE already has a Gable, Chad Gable, and the company typically doesn't like anyone sharing a name, hence why Nikki Cross became Nikki ASH mere weeks before Karrion Kross's call-up to the main roster last year. When asked about Chad, also a former Olympian, Steveson said that the two will have to have a talk about names and come to some sort of agreement that benefits both men. Chad Gable's real name is Charles Letts, and he has previously had a name change to Shorty G, but with Steveson on the cusp of arriving in WWE, the Alpha Academy star may have to soon undergo another change of name. Over to AEW as Paige VanZant recently started her career with the company, but the former MMA fighter isn't ready to give up the life she knew just yet. It's been confirmed that on July 9th, VanZant will make her return to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and will compete in the main event against a yet-to-be-announced opponent. This show will take place at the historic Alexandra Place in London, England, and after suffering back-to-back losses in the UFC, VanZant is looking to prove herself in her latest shoot bare knuckle fight. In December 2020, Sting shocked the world when he debuted for AEW and has proven he can still go in a series of matches over the last 15 months. A legend of wrestling, Sting has had plenty of trademarks to his name over the years, but he's now filed a trademark for his unique style of face paint. PW Insider reports that the filing was to lock down the icon's legendary look for merchandise, and while his look may be influenced by the Crow, Sting is looking to make his look his own. More from AEW as the company has plenty of wrestling couples, including Anna Jay's relationship with AEW World Tag Team Champion Jungle Boy. The two announced they were a couple with a photo they shared on social media, and speaking to Women's Wrestling Talk, Jay said it was actually Jungle Boy's idea to make things official via a tweet. That worked out for the best, as Anna Jay said she was surprised that the response to their relationship was almost all positive, as wrestling fans are on board with this new power couple in All Elite Wrestling. Back to WWE, as Elias hasn't been seen on TV in a very long time, and there's been multiple reports over his absence. The last fans saw of the former 24/7 champion was in a video vignette announcing that Elias was dead, teasing that he'll soon be working as a new character with a new name. Months have passed without any reference to Elias on TV, and the latest news isn't good for the singer-songwriter. On PW Torch, Wade Keller notes that both Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunne want to release Elias, but Bruce Pritchard is insisting he stays. This situation is why Elias has undergone a character change and new vignettes have been aired for him, despite there being no signs of him appearing on TV. This conflict of interest is doing nothing but hurting Elias's future prospects, as the longer he goes without appearing, the less interested fans will be in what comes next. It had been reported that WWE was once close to having the new character sorted, but Vince McMahon changed his mind, saying it was too similar to Macho Man Randy Savage. Ultimately, Elias will have to keep waiting, either for a return to TV or for his release. But what do you think of this situation? Let us know in the comments. And we're ending today with news from Paul Wight, who made his debut for AEW around this time last year, after over 22 years as the Big Show in WWE. Since coming to the company, Wight has had just 3 matches, and has instead spent most of his time as a commentator and in other roles. The former WWE champion is now looking to get back in the ring, as next week's Dynamite will air from the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina, Wight's hometown. On the Rob Brown Show, Wight made his intentions clear for next week, saying, "I can't exactly go book myself, but I'm trying real hard to get a match going so I can at least wrestle in my hometown in Columbia. I'm looking forward to competing that night. If not, I'll definitely be there doing Elevation and doing commentary." Next week, we'll also see both AEW Rampage and AEW Dark Elevation be filmed in Columbia, and with Wight's last match being a handicapped win over Arjun Singh, Charlie Bravo, and Cole Carter last October, we'll have to wait and see whether Tony Khan grants the Giants' request. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.